Good day, everybody. I'm Shmee, and today I am finally back. Really sorry for that, by the way. I just had a few big personal issues to deal with, and I ended up getting so stressed out that I had this sort of artificial burnout and had to take a step away. But those personal issues are resolving, so now we can go ahead and get back to having fun. And since I've been getting back to Path of Exile, I've been having a lot of fun with Righteous Golems. What started out as one build split into two depending on how you choose to scale your damage and your effective health pool. In this video today, I need to just sort of kick off the rust to get back to it, but I'll also talk about the differences so that all of you can have more context between the choices you make, and then I will post the full build guides for those two different builds, the defensive Ruthless version and a more offensive Traditional League version. Now, in general, I love Golems as an archetype because it gets a lot of free stats from your buffs, and you have a lot of flexibility with your damage due to spiritual aid. The biggest strength of Righteous Golems, why to play this Righteous Fire as a Golems Elementalist, is because you get a ton of flat life regeneration from your Stone Golem. Between the Stone Golem buff and the Fire Mastery that increases your life regeneration based on your fire resistance, you can completely overcome Righteous Fire's self-damage. You may not even need Vitality or any extra regeneration from your gear. Playing Righteous Fire this way not only gives you those general strengths of the Golem's Elementalist build, but in my opinion, this version of Righteous Fire is the easiest of all of them to gear up and get going. Now, the difference between these two builds all comes down to how you manage your life and your energy shield. Righteous Fire deals damage based on your total maximum life and energy shield, so you can scale the damage by increasing either. Of course, you won't gain a bigger effective health pool from your energy shield because that energy shield burns and it stays empty as long as Righteous Fire is active. Unless, of course, you turn on Zealot's Oath. Yeah, seriously, Zealot's Oath Righteous Fire. That's what I got going on right now. This build gets 50% life recoup, and because you can push such an extreme amount of flat life regeneration, which you then apply to your much smaller energy shield pool, the result is an extremely fast percentage regeneration. Your energy shield will constantly rocket back up to full, and your life recoup then turns into its own sort of life regeneration engine. It makes you extremely tanky as long as you're taking hit damage, but on the other side, it does make you a little bit weaker against damage over time, since damage over time is not recouped. You will have to stay on your toes and have your life flasks ready if you go to the more offensive version. What it means is that you're really free to choose whether you're going to invest in your life and your armor, or if you want to push your damage by scaling your energy shield instead. Scaling the life and armor will give you a very consistent defense. Scaling your energy shield, on the other hand, allows you to push your damage a whole lot higher instead. Either way, though, this build is pretty great. It wasn't pretty, but I ended up taking down both Exarch and Eater with a Righteous Fire build, so I feel pretty good about that. And at this point, I also feel pretty done exploring this as a build. But there's one more thing. It's actually a different Righteous Fire build. It's very different. It's weird. It's very weird. And I've decided I'm going to go ahead and make a whole, start from level 1 kind of series showing you all how I test and figure these builds out. This build's going to be a great one to do it because it's so, weird. I'm going to go ahead and get to work on those two build guides that I owe you, but if you want a little sneak preview of that weird build that's coming up, then it is going to be a Mana Before Life, Righteous Fire, Archmage, Hierophant, League Starter. Oh yeah, I take hipster build to a whole new level. Thank you all for watching. It's so good to be back. And until next time, take care, Exiles.